This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob, and I wanted to talk about some of the best companies out there for this year. This has been a very tough year for companies, but I also want to talk about some of the companies that really disappointed and tanked, okay, and really did a horrible job, and blamed it all on tariffs that really didn't even affect half the stuff. The minute they heard tariffs, they went under and blamed it on the tariffs. When they were chasing money. One of those companies that really failed us was CMON, okay, who have sold off to a very great company that I have to give all the credit in the world is Tabletop Tycoon, okay. They have supported this channel, which, you know, when they were small, and now, you know, everything that they've covered, you know, the great job that they did with Everdell, and all the other games that they did, Everdell Duo, and there are a number of games that they are doing, and now they have Blood Rage and a couple of other things, because CMON let everyone down. This was the company that was running Kickstarters, and everybody was going, oh, they're pre-orders. Well, if they took all that pre-order money, where did it go? And poor management. A lot of my dear friends left CMON, and it's a real shame. But, you know, I really kind of want to highlight the best companies out there. Chip Theory Games, who just does an incredible job. What they did with Elder Scrolls and Too Many Bones and Cloudspire and Burn Cycle, I mean, I can go on, and 20 Strong, which I absolutely love, and Tangle, their latest offering in that, Tanglewood, I love how this is just such a fun game, and I love card games, and I think they do a fantastic job, and they are just a rock steady company. But you know, I mentioned Tabletop Tycoon, how they are growing, how they are doing things business smart, making good partnerships, doing the right things, making sure that they get great games out to you. Along with Reggie Games, who, boy, I don't know when you're going to see this. You may have seen something that I've showed off. I'm not going to spoil it. Or anything like that, but how they have taken Primal and taken that game and not tried to make a mess out of it, but just very smartly take it to the next level. And this is what great companies do. Another horrible company, let's call it what it is. Fantasy Flight is a joke now compared to what it used to be. They are now more of, it's a card company compared to the great things that they used to do with Descent and Arkham Horror. And to be where they are, where they're doing more apps than anything else, a company on the brink. We lost a lot of companies this year, and you know, just too many to even talk about, but a lot of it wasn't tariffs and things like that. It was just poor management, living from game to game. You know, my good friend over at Everything Epic Games, who, Chris, how he keeps that going. And look, you know, early next year for Secrets of the Lost Dungeon that will be going up on Kickstarter or GameFound soon. He's had some great ideas, and I believe he sent Secrets of the Lost Tomb, the second edition, to the printer already, and it should be in your hands early next year. And Chris always comes through. He wrote all of that himself. That is someone who just knows that to stay within your limits and not to go outside your limits, and keep your budget where it is. Keep an eye on the temperature of the climate and make sure that things are done correctly. But what more can you say than probably one of the best companies out there, and that is GMT. And if I had to give a company of the year, it would have to go to GMT. What they did and what they've come out with, I had a list here. One of the things that blew me away were all good things for Space Empires, by Sword and Bayonet, the Bells of Treason, China Wars, the next coin game, the Cross Bronx Express. If you haven't checked that out, you need to check that out. It's really something different and a lot of fun. Into the Shadows, Congress of Vienna, The Last 100 Yards, King and Country, and I can go on and on with what they've done with the P500. Instead of going to a Kickstarter, you put your deposit on a game, and once it hits that threshold, it is on its way to the printer. Okay? And even though these tariffs have affected them working with China, they kept you very, very well informed. Okay, Jean and Rachel and Elizabeth and everybody that works over there, the fantastic job that they've done and what they've done for the board gaming community, especially the war game community, and how they have kept things going, put out a massive amount of games, whether it's second, third, or fourth edition, because they came out with Space Empires, so everybody can get a copy. Talon, which is a great space game that they came out with. I highly suggest it. As well as Barbarossa, was it? Yep, Barbarossa. The remake of that, of the Eastern Front, which was a fantastic remake. And everything else that this company has done. Okay? They continue to do it right. If you have the right formula, do not vary from it, and continue on and produce some of the best games out there. With all these other companies doing shady things and ripping people off and saying, "Oh, well, I can't fund your Kickstarter unless you give me more money," okay, because they spent it. All right, instead of being smart and asking for a certain amount that is realistic to provide for the unknown. You have great companies like GMT doing the right thing, okay, and making sure that people get their games, okay. You got great things from Chip Theory Games. When have they ever had to ask you for extra money? Never, okay. And while some of the old guard are falling, okay, and it's a shame, companies like Catalyst, Flying Frog, Flying Pig, and many other great companies, Tabletop Tycoon, and I can go on and on, are taking up the role to keep board gaming alive, because it could easily die with the way some people have run things and have taken advantage of you, the consumer. So there you go. There's some of the best companies and some of the worst of the year. And I hope you continue to support the ones that really deserve it and work hard to bring you the best in board gaming. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody. And be sure to go to tradingcardmarket.com. The very best at sports cards, non-sports cards, trading card games, and accessories. Be sure to sign up and get $10 off any purchase over $50 or more. Trading Card Market. Great service, great prices, and great cards. tradingcardmarket.com.